So, we'll refer to this brilliant book later on, Grow Your Service Firm, but for this book we did interviews with over 1,000 businesses and over 280 clients that we've worked with. Clients such as silversmiths and online silversmiths, jewellers, wholesalers, retailers, family businesses, all kinds of businesses, larger and smaller. But the theme is, one, that they're independent, and secondly, that none of these businesses are saying we're just selling product. They're recognising that service has some, whether it's getting it there very, very quickly or whether it's responding very, very quickly, they're recognising that they aren't just selling product anymore, they're also having to sell service. And one of the surveys we did was called the Magic Million Survey, okay? We wanted to know what the difference was between I'm trying to make it, if only I could work harder, if only I could make more money. I don't know why everyone else is off at the golf course, but I'm working so hard on a Saturday and Sunday type people, and what we called the Magic Millionaires. And the Magic Millionaires have typically taken at least £1 million in cash out of the business, sold the business for £1 million, but that £1 million marker seemed to be the definer. There's definitely a sub-£1 million turnover business, and there's definitely a post-£1 million turnover business. So whether it's $1 million, 5, 10, 30 million, it actually doesn't matter. It's this sense of they're big and they're going somewhere, they're doing something, rather than people who've got stuck employing a handful of people. And we talked to the wannabes, yeah, and we talked to the Magic Millionaires, and we asked a really, really simple question. And the question was, what's holding you back? Yeah, wannabes, what's holding you back? And Magic Millionaires, when you were over there trying to make it, trying to get your business going, trying to get somewhere, what was holding you back? What do you think the sort of things that the wannabes are saying are the things that are holding them back? Not enough time, not enough money, bloody staff, yeah, what else? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Not enough time. You know the conversation going, not enough time. Bloody emails. Bloody, yeah, confidence. It's okay for everyone else, but me, yeah, exactly. What else? What else is not? What? I don't know. 3 years' time, I can't even think about opening the shop tomorrow. God, the bloody bank manager, the bloody government, the bloody everyone. Everyone is against me. Yeah, I mean that's the reality. The reality is everyone. No one understands what it's like to be me. It's really, really tough. Now, the interesting thing is the wannabes, yeah, have this huge, great long list, okay, and psychologists call this list an external, it's very posh words, external locus of control, which means they blame everyone else, but they don't blame themselves. So yesterday I did an event in Leighton, and this young kid stands up and says that government, big businesses and small businesses aren't giving him the opportunities to get a job. Okay? In other words, it's not his fault that he spends all day on a PlayStation smoking dope, yeah, and has no social skills whatsoever. It's the fault of everyone else that they're not giving him a job, okay? And then he goes on to say his mate, and you can imagine what his mate looks like, has got a law degree and is having to work at McDonald's. And you kind of think, well, he's got a job, and he may do great things. And it's just, anyhow, the wannabes tend to blame everyone else. The government, the suppliers, the tax people, they blame everyone else apart from themselves. Okay. When you talk to the Magic Millionaires, yeah, with their Ferrari in the car park and their golf set, but it's not as easy as that. The reality is it's not quite, but it seems like that when you're down there. When you talk to these people and say, when you were trying to make it, what was the thing that was holding you back? What was the thing that was holding you back when you were trying to make it? And whereas the wannabes give you 95 different excuses for why it doesn't work for them, yeah, the Magic Millionaires are absolutely clear. They speak with one voice. And they say the same thing, every single one of them, which is, when I was back there trying to make it, there's only one thing that was holding me back, and that was me. And I blamed everyone else for what was going on. It was never my fault. It was always my wife, the kids, the school. It was never me, and it was always other people. So my starting point today really is that the problem, is Not this thing. So this is the 4 o'clock in the morning thing, which is, oh my God, profits going down, costs are going up, the competition, oh my God, marketing, thank you, I mean, if I knew what marketing to do, that would be brilliant, but, and oh, it's just a nightmare, and I don't know what to do, and I'll try and do it on my own, because I can't afford to do it anywhere else, and I've just got stuck. And the reality is that what we are, is we're stuck because of fear, okay? And we are absolutely petrified of the business going bust. The fear just eats into everything we do. We are frightened, so much so that we really don't know what we're going to do next. The fear just gets us, but the reality isn't that the problem's anyone else. The problem, I'm afraid, is you. The problem for this lad yesterday is him. And as I look around this audience, and I don't mean to upset possibly you, and you're probably the only person, we are so grey and middle-aged, okay? And we have this assumption about how people do stuff based on how we do stuff. And it's just bonkers, If you want to understand how people buy and how they make their buying decisions, just look at what your kids do and how they buy stuff and how they communicate, because that is normal, okay? The average, we talk about averages, If everyone in this room is roughly average, and I guess you are at about 45, 50 in this room, if we're the average, actually we're not. We're over the hill. We are over the hill. We are old. We are past. We are gone. This is not how people think, Just wake up and smell the coffee. So don't say, oh, I don't like Radio 1. 10 million people every day do like Radio 1. So just think about it. Okay, so 10 things to do. You may not like all of this. The first one totally contradicts what Henry says, okay? And I would explain why, okay? So number one thing is, when you say what are you going to do with your business, people always go, oh, we're going to do some more marketing, sell more stuff. There's no point doing marketing. There's no point doing marketing if you're not making money. There's no point selling more stuff if you're not making money when you sell it. So the first thing you've got to figure out is the financial model, so that when you do sell something, you make money. Otherwise, you might as well go and pack shelves in Sainsbury's, because you've got a guaranteed £7.50 an hour, and you can spend your evenings painting the bedroom, and you can spend the weekends doing stuff with the kids, which seems like a really good lifestyle, now I think about it. Anyhow, mustn't dwell on that one too long. So, first thing in my mind is very, very straightforward, is the number one thing, head and shoulders above everything else, the one thing I would recommend, and we've done this with over 1,000 businesses, and it normally works in 99% of cases, is one, put up your prices. Put up your prices. Gosh, he hasn't done his research on who we are and what we do and what we're like. How can we put up our prices? The number one reason why people don't buy from us is because of our prices, you say. Actually, that's not technically true. The number one reason that people give to you for not buying from you is price. Okay? So in a piece of research on 1,000 accountants, can you imagine, in a room, accountants, why don't people buy from you? The number one reason is price, and the number two reason is technical efficiency. Go into the next room where you've got 1,000 clients of accountants, and you say to them, so what's the number one reason you left your accountant? What's the number one reason you stopped buying? Okay. Number 9 is price. Number 8 is technical efficiency. Number 1, for 2/3 of people, 66%, is they didn't seem to get us. Relationship. So not everyone in the room, but for lots of people it is actually but still about relationship and not about price, despite what people say. Brilliant book. But just, I need some glasses. I'm going to need someone who can read, who doesn't need... Do you need glasses? No, fantastic. Okay, so let me just explain my point of view, okay? If you put your prices up, let's just say by 10%, and you've got a gross margin of 30%, okay? Very highly technical. You run your finger along the 10 line and down the 30, and you come to the number 25. What that says is, if you put your prices up with a gross margin of 30%, if you put your prices up by 30%, by 10%, you were selling for £1, you're now selling for £1.10, you can afford to lose 25% of your sales, and you still have the same amount of money in your back pocket. You were working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You're now working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the customers that you lose are the ones who are buying on price. And they, I would describe as the pond life and the scum of the world. They buy on price. They don't care about service. As soon as someone else gets cheaper than you, they move. They're not loyal. They don't tell other people about how good you are. Why would you want customers like that? Or you could be doing what some of you are saying is, he doesn't understand my business, it's all on price. So what you're going to do is you're going to reduce your price by 10%. So the next table, 10% price reduction, which is a 10 there, 30% gross margin, you come to that number there, 50. So if you put your prices down by 10%, because I want to catch up, because it's all about market share, I want to catch up, it's all about price, I want to catch up, it's all about price, I've got to reduce my price, and you reduce your price by 10%, which we all do all the time. You know, it's like, oh, come on, mate, give us a discount. Oh, all right, I'll round it down to 1,000 quid. Whatever, yeah? If you give a discount of 10% like that on a 30% gross margin, you need to sell 50% more stuff. Half as much stuff again. That is what the numbers say. It's not me, it's the numbers. In other words, you were working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You've now got to work another 2.5 days a week, which is Saturday, Sunday, and next Monday morning, just to stay in the same place. If you don't sell 50% more stuff, you're going backwards. So, my opinion, this is just my opinion, is putting up prices good, putting prices down bad. Let me give you 2 examples. A bakery who is a client who will be anonymous, except they have a Channel 4 TV program about baking bread, and they're 2 handsome brothers, sell the most expensive loaf of bread in the UK at £26. Flour, water, salt, yeast. It's a very, very complicated recipe. £26 a loaf, it's about that big. They cannot make enough of it. Okay? It is phenomenally good, okay? But it's £26. You can go to Aldi, you can get a loaf of bread for 26p. And what they do is they don't sell so many as Aldi do, but when they do, they make £25, not 45 profit on it, okay? Which seems to me really, really clever. And the sort of customers who buy nice loaves are nice people. They're not the pond life and the scum that you might get in other places. Another example is an estate agent, and this estate agent in Essex, is anyone from Essex here? Going, again, about to go bust, so they're going bust, so I say to them, just triple your prices. So take your 2% commission and make it 6%, okay? So what happens is, no one goes to them who've got cheap, nasty houses, because they want to buy on price. But the footballers' wives, yeah, they want the best, they want the high quality, and so he gets, instead of getting, 10 houses a month at £100,000, he's now getting 1 or 2 houses a month at 5 or 10 million. Except he's now charging 6%, not 2% on those houses. So that business went from being about to go bust with 30 staff, 20 staff, 10 staff, 5 staff, to suddenly staying at 5 staff and having its best year in 30 years of trading. Because when everyone else is zigging, he zags. So just think, can you put the price up? Can you put the price up? What would happen if you put the price up in your business? Number 2, remind people that the profit is the difference between revenue and expense. To say this makes you look intelligent. Michael Porter, cutting price is usually insanity if the competition can go as low as you can. And if we're in a commodity market, the competition can go as low as you can. So it's much better to go in the other direction. Number 2 in the hit parade. So number 1 is put up price. Number 2 is decrease direct costs. I would describe that as screw your suppliers' feet to the ground. One of the great things my father did tell me, one of the few great things my father did tell me, was when anyone gives you a price, you just look at it, look up, breathe in, breathe out, look them in the eye and say, is that the best price you can do? And then you say nothing. Okay? He did this on my 21st birthday party in a restaurant and got a 5% discount. He used to do it in Marks and Spencer's and get a discount, okay? If you don't ask, you don't get. But if you think about everything from your mobile phone bill through to your key suppliers, through to your, dare I say, your staff, you know, is that the best price they can do? Could you get more out of them? I don't care which way you do. You either get more out of them or you get the price sorted out. So 1, put up your prices. 2, screw your suppliers' feet to the ground. Quick example. Herne Hill in South London, we've got a client who does Spanish, what's it called, Spanish ricey thing. Paella, thank you very much, paella. Paella, yeah. They turn over about 2.5, 3 million quid. They spend about £1 million on food. And half of that bill, half of that £1 million bill is on king prawns, okay? Very expensive. He takes my advice, phones up the supplier and says, hello supplier, how much are we paying for king prawns? And he says, currently you're paying, tap, 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 currently you're paying for king prawns £28 a kilo. Is that the best price you can do? Hang on one moment, he says, click, 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 click. Oh, we could do them for £16 a kilo. Okay, it changed it from never going on holiday again to buying a new car, sending the kids to public school, okay? It was, the saving was, whatever it is, it's £200,000 saving, okay? By asking. You have to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get, okay? So just do it. Is that the best price you could get? Number 3 in the hit parade. Sort your underperformers. You have underperforming clients. Clients who don't get how you work, who don't get what you do, who just don't get your system, yeah? Try and fix them, educate them. In other words, you place the order on Friday and we deliver on Wednesday. Do not try and place the order, it won't come, yeah, whatever it is, try and fix them. If you can't fix them, sack them. Sacking customers is fantastic, okay? It is the best thing you can do because a bad customer is like a cancer that just drives you mad. Just get rid of them, okay? You will have underperforming products which never sells. If it doesn't sell, try and fix it. If you can't fix it, sack it. Yeah, the Steve Jobs thing was 4 products. Yeah, when he took over Apple, he got rid of 12, 13 products. So we can only do 4 products really, really well. You know, why would we think we could do 17 products really well? Let's just do what we do and do it brilliantly well and not worry about the rest, okay? Try and fix the products. If you can't fix them, just get rid of them. You have underperforming suppliers. Oh, there's suppliers in the room. You have underperforming suppliers, yeah? Tell them what you want. You know, when I came to you, I was expecting 24-hour turnaround. I was expecting good responsive, and I'm not getting that from you guys. Yeah, and this applies to your suppliers in your food chain. It applies to your accountant. It applies to your banker. Just go back to them and say, look, you know, when I went to you, this is what I was expecting. I'm not getting it. Can you sort it out? Because if you can't, I'll go somewhere else. Somewhere else will take my business. And finally, you have underperforming staff, okay? You need to try and fix the staff, and if you can't fix them, you need to sack them, okay? I know she's got 7 children, and her husband's disabled, and she's been with you for 9 years, and the bailiffs are coming in to take property from, you know, but you just got to do it, unless you want to support them, in which case that's absolutely fine. So those are the top 3, and these top 3, increase price, screw your suppliers' feet to the ground, fix the underperformers. These 3 are all about the financial model, getting the gap between what you pay for stuff and what you sell it for bigger and bigger. Then you can start to do the marketing. Then you can start to sell. So let me just give you a couple more examples of things you do. Number 4, be remarkable. Not ordinary, not standard, be remarkable. Your competitors sell similar product at similar prices, employing similar people with similar qualifications, using similar software and similar hardware to use your similar websites and your similar adverts to sell to similar people at similar prices. Now, is it any wonder it's pretty mediocre, dull, boring, and grey out there? And you need to be remarkable. Your service needs to be remarkable. The way you talk to people needs to be remarkable. Means worthy of remark. People will talk about you, to you. They will make a comment about what you do, okay? And I love my accountant, yeah? He is remarkable, worthy of remark. He is stunningly good, okay? I tell everyone about how great my accountant is. He doesn't do marketing, I do it, because I think he's so great, because I talk about him. And that's what needs to be going on with your business. You need to be remarkable. And whether it's my baker friend we'll go back to, they're the first baker in the UK to sell bread online, okay? £46, you get a box of 6 loaves of bread, including the £26 loaf, with tasting notes telling you what you should be eating it with, and with little videos and articles and what wine and what cheese it goes with and what meat. Yeah, fantastic. It's a real pleasure, adventure experience for flour, water, salt and yeast, okay? It's a real experience. And they have become the Padstow, Stein, the Rick Stein of bread. Fantastic, they've done that, okay? So be remarkable, not ordinary. Ordinary is really boring. Mediocre is really dull. So 76% of people believe that companies do not tell the truth in adverts. In other words, 3/4 of people think that customers lie in their adverts. 78% of people believe a recommendation of a friend. So why on earth would you bother advertising? Because word of mouth is so very, very important. When you went to a restaurant, when you went on holiday, when you went to a movie, did you go because of the advert or did you go because someone you knew told you? I suspect it's someone you knew. So you can actually formally work on this thing, okay? You can sort your proposition, okay, when you talk to people about what you do, but also you can actually systematically work the word of mouth stuff. You know, the recommend a friend thing on the website, or a 10% discount if you recommend a friend, I'll give it to you. The reality is that your product, yeah, is, hang on a second, yours is it this one here? It's really difficult. Yeah, one front middle, yeah, somewhere around, yeah. That's the problem, so why should they buy from you? Because it all looks the same. A little poem from David Ogilvy. I don't know who you are, I don't know your company, I don't know your company's product, I don't know what your company stands for, I don't know your company's customers, I don't know your company's record, I don't know your company's reputation. Now, what is it you wanted to sell me? And that's the reality, because we're small and insignificant. And we think we have to be price takers, but we don't, okay? We can be proud because of our legendary service, we can do stuff, okay? Next point, talk to people, okay? Don't assume the email does it. Oh, we've got 10,000 people on our database, yeah? Pick up the phone, go and have coffee. We've instigated with virtually all our clients a 660 policy, and that is that the managing director should have 60 meetings in the next 6 weeks. Yes, that's 2 a day. And every business which has taken the 660 challenge, it has transformed their businesses. Yeah, I'm being absolutely serious. And even, you know, low-hanging fruit, past clients, potential clients, ex-clients, suppliers, solicitors, almost, you know, if it walks, if it moves, put an appointment in the diary to talk to them, okay? 60 meetings in 6 weeks, it will transform your business. You will find people who you never knew wanted your product. You will reconnect with people who didn't know they wanted to be reconnected with. It will transform you. You need to talk, you need to ask, but most of all, because we're pants at it in this country, ask for the business and close. Don't just give them a proposal. Ask for the business clearly. On a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to buying from us? 7, what can we do to turn that into a 9 or a 10? Just ask for the bit. Don't expect that they're going to buy from you by osmosis because you've sent them a price list. They're going to they will always go to the prettiest, blousiest person, but they can come to you if you're there, available to make the stuff happen. Next on the list. This is how you grow a business. It really isn't rocket science. 1, get more customers, hugely expensive. 2, get them to buy more from you. Relatively easy. It's the upsell. If you're buying this, you'd also like that. Most people who buy this, buy that. If you bought this, you could also buy that. Would you like the gold, silver, or the bronze version? Which colour would you like in? We can do a 3 for 2. Get customers to buy from you more often. Phone them up. We've got an auction house. We do a monthly auction. We now do an auction every 4 weeks. It gives them an extra £225,000 of revenue a year just by slotting in 1 extra by doing it every 4 weeks. And the thing that's missing there is stop your customers leaving you. 5% of your customers leave you because they die, which is a good reason. 5% of customers leave you because they go bust. 5% of customers leave you because they close the business gracefully. 14% of customers leave you because of your lousy product or service. 65% of customers leave you because they thought you didn't care, because your Christmas card is a pre-printed, pre-stamped, there's no care involved in that. Yeah. Talk to people, connect. Don't assume that having 10,000 people is a good number to have on your database. Next one. Yeah, collect the money quicker. Collect the money quicker. Do not be afraid of collecting the money. It's your money, you're owed it. Make sure you've got the terms in place. We talked about that. And legally, write the check slow. Yeah? You need to make sure that you get paid. You cannot afford to get paid. So, final point, 9. There's not 10. You've got to guess what number 10 is for yourself. Make the decisions, okay? You've got to make some really tough decisions. Decide, decide, decide. It's easy making the decisions. You've got to decide, and you've got to act, okay? Do not think about doing DIY. DIY is dreadful. Come around to my house if you want to know about DIY, yeah? And why you think you can do DIY in your business is quite beyond me, okay? Get experts in to help you who know, who've been it. They've got the spears in the back. They can fast-track you rather than you having to learn the hard way. Be disruptive, yeah? Whether it's pay what you want, payment on results, pay on commission, whether it's try before you buy, just do some dangerous stuff, okay? And your competition will hate you, the customers will love it, okay? But it's about taking massive bloody action, not little action, massive action. And it's about a couple of other things, okay? So this is your list, yeah? You can't do it all right now, okay? Actually, you can. The one thing you don't want to do is say, oh yes, I'll put my prices up by 3%, I'll do that this month, and then next month what I'll do is I'll decrease my direct costs by 3%, and then the month after that I'll look at my underperformers, I'll spend a month with the, yeah? It's not pretty and tidy. Do everything, not sequentially, but do it all simultaneously, okay? Because then stuff will happen, then there'll be a head of steam, then more and more will happen. So the difficult thing is decide. The issue is about decision and action, and that creates results. And this is what we're talking about. 1, note to yourself, I am the problem. 2, work on the business, not in the business. If you want someone to work in the business, yeah, that's putting... And you do it, that means you value your time at roughly £4.50 an hour. Fantastic. Sell something that people really want. Understand their needs, their wants, their hurts, seduce them, blow them away with legendary service. Charge them sensible prices. There's no point being in business if you are hemorrhaging cash and not making any money. Go to Sainsbury's, work on the shelves. When are you going to do it? You're going to do it now. It's all about action. The gap gets bigger, okay? And take massive bloody action. So yes, it is about vision. Yes, it is about mission. Yes, it is about going and making it happen. The problem is not that we aim too high. The problem is that we aim too low and we succeed. We've actually got to make stuff happen. So what is the message? The message is, 1, it's all your fault. Okay. 2, stop procrastinating. Oh, I don't know, it might not. The process of doing stuff means that stuff happens and you can respond to it. If you haven't done it, nothing happens and the gap gets bigger. It is all about speed. It is all about doing it. It is about tough decisions. No one said it's easy, but you won't die. It is about simultaneous, not sequential. And finally, it is about DIY. You cannot do it on your own. Has anyone got a £5 note I can borrow? I need a £5 note. I seriously want a £5 note. I'm not getting off the stage unless I had a £5 note. No, I want a fiver. Okay, so you can get a copy of the slides. Give me a business card at the end. You can get a copy of the slides. If you want a copy of the slides, free consultation. This is how your business goes. What's your name, madam? Rebecca. So Rebecca takes her £5 note. She chucks it into her machine. She turns the handle. And out, of course, pops a £5 note because her business is pretty lame, really. You know, she works incredibly hard. She puts a £5 note in. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to invest more money in the business. And of course, out comes a £5 note. What you need to do is basically this list that we've got here. Okay, make these tough decisions so that when you put the £5 note in and you turn it around, what do you get? Oh, you get a £10 note. And of course, once your business is actually making money, you take the £10 note, put the £10 note in, give it a turn. You get a true. And the other thing that goes on is, which is really interesting, is when the scale starts happening, we're back to the magic millionaires over here, the margins often get better. Okay, so you take the 20, because £40 notes they don't make, do they? So what then happens is you put the £20 note in, and out you get is a £50 note. So on that note, I would like to say, please, please, please take massive, massive, massive action. Here's your £5 note. These are on sale afterwards. Thank you very much indeed.